My name is Anna, and I am a woman who is now 30 years old, and every day I go to work in an office where I spend most of my time because my job is important to me, and it is the place where many different people come and go every single day, and I meet many of them at my desk while doing my daily tasks. One day, while I was working as usual at my desk, a visitor came to see me, and when he arrived, he looked at me and he smiled in a friendly way, and then he asked me a question that surprised me, because he said to me, "Are you married?" And I felt very surprised at his words. I was surprised not only because of the question itself, but also because I already knew this man, and I also knew his wife. So I was confused about why he asked me this question, when he clearly was not asking for himself, but only because he was curious. I looked at him calmly, and I answered honestly by saying, "No, I am not married. I am single." And then I quickly added with a smile, "I like being single because it is better for me at work and in my life." In my office, most of my coworkers are women, and some of them are married men, but there is also one man who is single, and this man has been working with us for about 1 year. At the time, I was almost 31 years old, because my birthday was coming soon in just 2 weeks, and this man was 38 years old. So he was older than me, and I knew that he already owned a house, even though he was still paying for it slowly over time. This man was funny, and he was strong, and he was also very good-looking. And sometimes we talked at work, and I enjoyed those conversations because he listened to me carefully, and I liked the way we could share words easily. But one day, I learned something that shocked me about him, because during a conversation, he decided to tell me something very personal, and he looked serious when he said, "I have a problem because I cannot stay loyal in relationships." I was so surprised when I heard those words, and I asked him carefully, "What do you mean by that?" He explained to me by saying, "When I am in a relationship with someone, I always find myself talking to other women, and I cannot stop doing it." I did not know what to say at first, but then I wanted to help him, so I asked, "Why do you do that? Don't you care about the person you are with?" He looked at me and replied, "I do care, but I get bored, and I always feel like I need something new." I told him directly, "That is not right, because if you are in a relationship, you should focus on that one person, and it is not fair to hurt them by talking to others." He looked down and said, "I know you are right, but it is hard for me to change." And I thought that maybe one day he would try to change, but in my heart I felt unsure. Later, I asked him about his ex-girlfriend, and he told me that she was 47 years old and that she had 4 children, 3 from one man and 1 from another, and they lived together for 10 years. And during that time, they even bought a house together, but they did not have any children together. After 10 years, she decided to leave him, and she even sold her part of the house. And when I asked him why she left, he did not give me a clear answer. Then I asked directly, "Did she leave you because you cheated on her?" And he looked at me with wide eyes and said nothing. And in that moment, I understood the truth, that he had not been loyal to her. And when she discovered this, she left him. I told him seriously, "You hurt people, and you only think about yourself." And after that day, he did not talk to me much anymore, and he began asking other people for help at work instead of coming to me. Over time, I noticed something even more sad, because he began to avoid me completely, and he even seemed to dislike me. And this made me feel very unhappy, because I only wanted to help him, but he did not want to be helped. Then one day,
I found out that he already had a new girlfriend. So I asked him kindly, "Do you like her? Is she nice to you?" And he answered, "Yes, I like her. She is nice." But I did not trust him. So I said, "Are you going to treat her the same way you treated the others?" And he did not argue with me, but I could see on his face that he thought I was foolish, and I felt like he laughed at me in his mind. I told myself silently, it is better to stay single than to be with someone like him. And from that moment, I felt free and strong because I trusted myself and my choices. Maybe I will stay single forever, but that is okay, because I know it is better to be alone and happy than to be with someone and feel unhappy. Thank you so much for listening to my story, and if you enjoyed this story, please remember to like, to subscribe, and to share.